Hi everyone, my name is Glenn Murray. I'm the remote programs lead for DAREarts and super excited to continue with our still life painting. Alright, check it out. So we're doing a bowl of fruit. This is from lesson 1, so if you're turning this on and you just see this right now, you need to go back to the other video and start there. So what we did was we did the preliminary painting work on our still life, the bowl of fruit. And this bowl that I got from South Africa, which is where I'm from, and has a really cool vibe to it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some shadowing and more texturing and some of the details of the fruit to our still life. Okay? So some of the things I want to show you are the banana here is ready to be eaten. So it's got some spotting. Okay? That's going in a smoothie maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. The mango has unique kind of spotting on there, right? And it's got a greeny color too. So when I painted it, it was all red. So we're going to blend in that green. And the apple, although it looks green, you will see, sorry, that's waiting on light. There's a lot of different shadows to that as well. So try and reposition the fruit that way we had it. Let's get the red part of the mango was up. Okay. All right. There. So we are going to get started here with the finishing of this, and I have my colors still out, so ready to rock on this. All right, so here we go. First we're going to start with the banana. So we have a yellow. We're going to take this, we're going to mix in some of this color, and we're going to add a little bit of the brown and darken the yellow. Okay, so we're mixing in some of the brown into the yellow, and then we're just gonna go I'm gonna say that the light is coming in this way. Okay, so our shadows would be on this side of the bowl. So if the light's coming in, let's say the light's coming in from the top right corner up here. Okay, so it might be your left, and then it's coming down here. Our shadows are going to be over here. So we got a little bit of a darker yellow. We're going to put that down along the back of the banana like that, because it's not getting as much light. It's going to be darker. Okay? Just like that. So first thing we're going to do is work on the yellow of the banana and get it to look a little bit more complex. Okay, so we're going down along the back here like that. And that's a lot of brown, so I need more yellow in there. All right. There, so there we go. That's the effect I'm after. A nice cool blending of that brown with the yellow gives it a darker color. Clean that off, add a bit of a brighter yellow, and mix that in along the edge here. Okay, so when we add that bright yellow to the dark one, what we get is a natural shading happening on the banana. Okay, so now you can see it looks a bit more dimensional, right, than it did before. So I got a little bit of brown here. I'm just going to do some of the try and do some of the imitate the browning that's happening on here. So if you see, like, bananas have this kind of ridge on them, this line, so add that in there, down like that, and then we'll put the other line just along here, and then darken the end piece, which you always see a little bit of that, and usually at the very end of the bottom of the banana it's a bit dark too, so we'll put that there. Cool, and add in some brown. Make it look more natural. There. Alright, the banana's already looking better. It's cool. Alright, so we're going to add in some more of that, the kind of this spotting, which is kind of like happening randomly like that. It's actually darker, I think. Yeah. Okay, and then there are little dots. So these are little dots in there, kind of randomly. I don't want to mess with this too much because I want it to look natural. There. And add a little bit of black where along our line here like that. Just in certain spots. Again, guys, just playing. I'm not trying to exactly copy this, just kind of messing around, playing with it. There. Looks much more like a banana. Now over here I noticed there's none of those lines, so it doesn't look as realistic as the rest. So kind of mix it up a bit. Kind of convincing. Yeah, cool. Banana's done. So it doesn't take a lot to do this. Now we're going to shadow the apple, okay? So again, our light's this way, so it's going to be dark over here. First we'll just add that kind of edging here. It's kind of a bright green, you know? Let's add in a little black to that green. And darken it up a little bit right on the edge here. Just be careful with the black because it can really take over. So just add a little bit there. Alright, now we're going to blend these colors with water together. So hopefully adding a more natural blending of that apple. And this one I find that with these kind of apples, you always have this kind of shadow here where the little stem will come out. So let's add our stem in there now. Just put a little stem in. Add some black so it sticks out. Brush is too wet. Okay, let's put a little bit of black on that stem there. Looks a bit natural. Yes, it does, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put a little bit of that shadow in there. And now we want to blend it back with our lighter green. Okay, that way. Getting there, it's getting there. You may find with certain things you'll have to work it a little bit more till it gets to where you like it. So move that whole color through. It's pretty thin. The color that we put down for the apple is pretty thin. So it's getting better. There's always going to be naturally brighter, darker spots on the apple than there are. So I'm just going to put that in there, like that. Oh, I think I messed up. Here, just move that there. Okay. So we'll keep playing with it, trying to give it more of a natural look than just this flat green, okay? So it gets a bit better. Not perfect, but nothing in art is. Now our mango at the bottom had a bit of green to it, but do we want it the same green as that? No, we want it different. So we're going to take the yellow and the green. I wish I could show you mixing this, but we'll run out of time if we did. You take the yellow and the green and make our own mango green down here. I like that the red is underneath because it's gonna, I feel like it's gonna give it a more natural look. So there's our mango green along the bottom. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to take some of that red and bring it down into the green so it blends in. Okay, so what we do is we take the red. I'm just using one brush and I'm cleaning it as I go. So we take the red and we come down from the top into that green. Just like that. Okay, we wet our brush and bring that red down into the green, blending it along the edge. Here's, you just got to be a little bit careful that you don't do too much. You can actually, because it's wet, go right over that green now. And then we have a more of a natural looking fade into that green bottom of the mango. And we're going to add a deeper red along the top here. There. Now we said our light shadow was over here, so this is going to be darker. We're going to go quicker now. And we're just focusing on the fruit. We're not going to do much with the background, just kind of give the fruit a bit more detail. So what this, the whole point of this is to show you, once you got that basic drawing down, then you can then add more layers of complexity to your picture, your painting, and it works really well when you do it in layers. So then we're going to wet the brush and blend that red into the lighter color red. And then we'll come into the green a little bit and back up again. Alright, let's get that round shape of the fruit. Alright, now on the mango there are little tiny dots. We need a tiny brush. Tiny brush. Okay? Almost finished with this. And we are going to take a mix of yellow. And we're just going to be very precise and just go small little dots on here. And we're going to do them very close together because there's actually a lot of them and it's all over the fruit. You don't see it at first glance, but I think this important detail will really give some realism to this as it dries out. So we'll cover the whole thing I'm just trying to be gentle because the dots are small. I'm being a little bit rushed here. There, that's better. Just take your time with stuff like this, these little details. So we're going to cover that whole thing, and I'll bring it up so you can see that it's going to look a little bit more realistic now. And that's the important part about completing a painting, is the little details like that, especially with light and shadow and stuff like that. Like we were determining where our light was coming from before we started, and that's really important for your painting. Okay. Now I'm going to take this brush and clean it and just lightly dab on some of these yellow ones that are too bright. I'm going to tone them down a bit. So I want it to look natural, not like the yellow sitting on top of the mango. I want it to be like it's a part of the skin. So we're going to dab that in like that, just gently. Okay, cool. That's working. Eureka moment. Let's bring that forward so you can see. Okay? So this picture now has a lot more reality to it. The banana looks real to me. It looks so good, I want to eat it right now. I'm going to have it with like ice cream, whipped cream, and make a banana split. How many of you guys been making sundaes and really cool dessert concoctions over the isolation period? I've been doing that with my girls. And last night we had a sundae contest, which was really fun. So just think of fun things to do while you're isolated. It helps the time pass. So we're going to fill in this section of the bowl here with a darker, almost black brown here. Okay. And this, I think, is really going to help the bowl come together. It'll bring definition to the pattern, because the white is a little bit too white, and I want a bit more deep, like, definition between these cool patterns on the bowl. So there we go. And then I think the only thing that we would do after this is to play with the background a little bit. And maybe where you'd go over the painting and where there's any white spots on it. Sometimes you leave them though, they add a little character. But if it's bugging you, or you think like I should fix that, it's sort of sticking out, then you would go over and just fine tune the painting. And some of it you might want to wait till it dries, particularly stuff that's close to the fruit that you just did. Alright, our still life is almost finished. The only thing left to do at this point, once we're done, is to sign your name. You should always sign your name. It's a fun thing to do. You sign it. Most painters sign it at the bottom right. Sometimes they'll just use their initials or have their own unique way of signing their name, their artistic way of signing their name. You can have fun with that too. That'd be actually a kind of a cool workshop, is creating your own signature. Maybe we'll do that down the road. Just having fun with that. Okay, so there, we can see now that the bowl has more definition to it. Okay? The one thing we didn't do with the bowl is we didn't shadow it like we did with our fruit. So I think that that's the last part to do with the bowl, is add a little bit more dark brown to our bowl color, our primary bowl color. So I'm mixing in the brown here, darker brown, and we'll just go along this here with some wetness. We'll add that shadow in. Cool. And then we take the original color, add a little bit of yellow, lighten it up, and we come in from here. We'll just keep working our way towards the light. So we're going to blend these together now and work our way across. Okay, and we'll take some yellow and lighten up this side. We take the brown color, mix it in with that yellow. There. So now the bowl looks like it's actually part of that shadowing. It could even be darker here. Over here, go a little bit darker. And again, it's just playing around and sort of looking at it and trying to imagine the light hitting it. If you do it well, and I am certainly not a professional painter by any means, you'll actually feel like you're seeing the light coming down. So I'm pretty happy with this right now, where it stands. I think that this gray works. Where I'm noticing that it's not working is down below here, the red. So take a bigger brush. This is the final thing that I'm going to do. Wet it and dab it off. Is I'm going to add a little purple, I think, to that red. Make it a bit more dynamic. And I'm just going to go along the bottom here and paint that bottom of the painting there. Okay. Work our way up. Just go all the way down like that. Okay, so I think that this was a good idea, maybe. I don't know. I guess I'll see when it dries. Sometimes you can't tell until it dries, which is the adventure of painting. But anyway, you always got to go with your instincts. I could be wrong on this one. I don't know. We'll find out. But I like to take chances with art too. And it's the same thing with anything that you're doing in life. Don't be afraid to take chances on stuff. A lot of times people go by this, that's not right, or that's right or wrong. Well, this isn't math, it's art. And that's the cool part about engaging in the arts, is you can be free to learn and grow and create your own way of doing things, your own style. So that's what I always encourage with art, music, everything, is just find your style and go for it. So actually I think I like that I darkened this. I think I'm liking how it looks. So let's see. Voila. This is still life. Could probably do more on it, but I'm gonna let it dry out. We'll see how it looks. Guys, this has been super fun. Can't wait to do another workshop with you. We talked about playing with calligraphy and your name and coming up with your own signature, so I have to do that. That could be a workshop. If you have any ideas for things that you want to learn, please email us at www.darearts.com or find us on social media. Send us a message. Send us your pictures too. We'd love to see what you guys are doing. I'm just going to put my initials. So I am GM, Glenn Murray. So I'm going to practice a little bit on the side here. Just do like a swoosh. Wow. Not that original or fancy, but whatever. That's what it is. So here we go. Another GM painting brought to you by DAREarts. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy your art. We always talk about leadership, so I think the message of this part of this workshop is don't be afraid to take chances in your leadership and in your life and online, especially we're leading online these days. Take chances and lead with your heart and keep an open mind. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time.